manager has failed this season. You know what I mean? In his own right. Let's be honest, like tactically, when you look at the results he's not been getting, you know, the Premier League season we're seeing right now, as a lot of it is down to him, bro. Like whether we can talk about the board and everything like that, like him himself, he has failed. Let's be honest.
It is his metric. When we say he's failed, we're basing that metric on position in the league. Yes, he's failed. Are we basing that metric on formation and how he set us up?
1 second, Marcel. Just 1 second. There's somebody in the chat calling somebody a number. You won't say that somebody's face, man. So allow it. It's a football opinion, man. It ain't that deep.
What they say?
Some muppet calling Marcel Nubbet. Like, what are you talking about, man?
I haven't even got a chance to say anything yet.
Like,
So
give it a rest, man. Some clown in the chat, man. He needs to behave, man. That's a red card, man.
Yeah, I want to.
Thank you, Nerd. And I'm not looking at the chat though. I don't let people get like you guys can't get under my skin, so I don't want to let the chat get under my skin. But thank you, Nerd. But like so, in terms of position in the league, though, Saeed, to answer that, he's definitely failed. But I think there's elements to what he's brought as a manager. I think he's been reasonably successful in, and he's starting to show, positives.
Can you name those things, please? Because I'm intrigued.
So I think the formation of this team and the way that we set up, I think he's obviously brought that to the team. He's obviously, cultivated certain players into new positions that I think suit them and the system. In terms
so just Ahmad then that was playing well anyway.
Well, a lot of people say to me he wasn't getting minutes under Ten Hag.
No, he wasn't, but he was under Ruud van Nistelrooy.
That's only a few games though. But
we all knew he was one of our best players. We also knew that Ten Hag wasn't playing him, and he wasn't justified in not playing him.
Okay, well, for argument's sake, keep it as just Ahmad. I would put Maguire into that section as well, someone that has been improved under the system as well, and to a degree he's been able to utilize Garnacho. But just those two basic little things I think are positives for us from where we was before. And they're small minor details side, but for me, he has failed in terms of the league position. We brought him in to do better than what we were where he left us, obviously. But I think the long-term vision of what this manager can bring for us, I think, is the bigger positive. That's why I'm saying give him the next season off. He comes into this season, on difficult side. By the way, we had another injury crisis, by the way. I don't know if you guys want to acknowledge it or adhere to it, but we had another injury crisis throughout his tenure and his time at the club.
Season off what, Marcel? You said next season off. Off what?
Oh, so a lot of people calling for him to be gone regardless of this Europa League result.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been calling for him to be gone a couple of weeks ago already. A lot of people are saying don't give him any money for the new window, Rance. So I'm saying, we give him the whole season off in terms of no matter what he does, no matter how he produces, we keep him on. Because I still feel like as a football club, we need to flesh out the process of what a manager system is. And we need to be able to get to a stage where we're up-regulating the quality of the players in each position.
But we can do that without a manager. That's the whole point of having a Jason Wilcox, is that we don't need a manager to make these decisions.
Well, I think that was the debate that I got to, or the place that I got to many months ago when I was like to you guys, for every single football club, they do it managers what the manager wants.co.uk, for want of a better word. Yeah, I believe so. Every single manager will come up to the person above them and say, I want XYZ player. This is how he's going to help enact how I envision football.
Most of the time, they don't get them. That's not how football works these days. I think Arteta is one of the only quote-unquote managers in the Premier League that get players they ask for. Most of these guys get given a list and they choose who they want, bro. There's a team that tell them, yo, these are the players we're looking at. Which one do you want? And to a certain degree, they might not even get the one they want, even if they say they want that, because it depends on how much money, it depends on negotiations. There's a plan A, there's a plan B, and there's a plan C. Sometimes there's even a plan D, and you might end up with D. Like this is how football's been working for a long time.
Where I disagree, not even disagree, it's one of them all of the above things. It depends what club you're talking about, Rant, and the market. Some markets, if your targets aren't available, you're going to lean on an agent. more than you normally would. It just varies from market to market, window to window. Manager-led recruitment does work, but what I would say, Marcel, is that it works best when a manager has a good football plan. Eddie Howe does manager-led recruitment with Newcastle. Him and his nephew do that, and they got the lead scout who was there before Eddie Howe came in. Dan Ashworth was sidelined long before Man United came knocking on the door. I spoke about that before on this platform. So it's if the manager's plan's any good, innit? And one thing I find funny is that, you see, Rhino's a smart guy. Rhino wants to give the manager time and be neutral because of the circumstance and the amount of time that the manager's had, not based off what he's seeing. Rhino's not going to sit here and fabricate stuff out of fairy tale land to make arguments. I've never seen people cap for a manager and fabricate stuff for a manager so much in my life. I did my best. 15 minutes, I didn't say a word. But I can't. You know me, Saeed. The first thing Marcel said, he's brought a formation. Bro, we're all grown in here. Yeah, come on. He brought a formation. When you have to say something like that, please recognize where you're at in the argument. Please, you used to play, I don't know how old you are, Marcel. You used to play Street Fighter. You know about dowsing? Yeah, reaching. Please understand you're reaching. When you have to reach for things left, right, and center, you need to ask it. You've never in your life said the manager's brought a formation. I don't care how old you are, 25, 26, 18, 35, 40. You've never cited that as a positive. He brought a formation ever in your life. You've never said that. You're just doing it for this guy. You're just doing it for this guy. His vision makes me positive for the future. You don't have evidence for it. It's just hope.
It's not performance based. None of the Amorim prop is performance based. None of it.
It's not performance based. There's no.
To be fair, Marcel acknowledged that. To be fair, he acknowledged that. He said it's failed.
It always bothers me when Marcel doesn't acknowledge that. If you're jaded and you just believe in this notion of a manager needs players for his system, and I just want to give it time. Like I think I heard you say a month ago. Even though I disagree, that I understand from an emotional standpoint, from a preference standpoint. That's just what I believe in. A manager should get 3-4 seasons. Just leave it, and it is what. But the way you go about things, Marcel, bro, is frustrating. I have to be honest, bro. It's frustrating. It's very, very frustrating, bro. I don't even want to argue with you. I'm just letting you know it's frustrating. Listening to you reach and
let's elaborate on the formation.
I want
the formation. Yeah, is it a case of, because I've changed that way in terms of he's coming and he's had to change the formation, so therefore there's a bit of sympathy on that behalf, because I feel like you have to change a lot from a 4-3-3 to whatever he's doing. So you're gonna see maybe a change of results and a change of identity, and the players not being able to maybe manage that. That there was a risk, but maybe he brought that risk in there. So maybe elaborate on what you mean.
It's irrelevant, bro. It's very, very simple. You can pick any formation. Are you compact? Do your players understand where they are after working with you for 30 matches plus? Go look at the second goal. At the end of it, Mazraoui does not know what is behind him. Ugarte played for this manager in a different league. Let Kudus go, doesn't know what's behind him. How do players not know where people are? Match week 36, actually. What more? Match week 35, 26 for Amorim. Those are the things you look at.
Match week 36, man.
The reason why I text you that message, Saeed, yeah? Sometimes, and I used to say this under Eric Ten Hag, you have to recognize football players know when they're being set up to fail. When they've been set up to fail, they don't want to do certain things because they know they're going to get exposed. Go back and watch that second goal and ask yourself why Kobe's running around like a headless chicken in a triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are things that I can't defend.
Saeed, it comes down to there's a lack of coordination. And I'll give it for that second goal. Go back and watch it. When the ball goes to Wan-Bissaka, that's an opportunity to set a trap. Yeah, it's very, very simple. And if they don't know what they're doing, that reflects on the coach. It's very, very simple. It's match week 26. The ball goes out wide. One of the easiest ways to set a trap in the press. Marcel knows this as well. And they don't know how to coordinate that. It's poor, bro. It's very, very poor. It's very, very poor. Nobody can tell me they've seen this guy over 30 matches, 50% of the time, show you that he's coaching well or out coaching the manager. Graham Potter came in January. He took over West Ham.
But he hasn't. No, he has had his problems as well, though. Let's be honest.
Bro, I don't even rate him. He's just a decent coach. He's not an elite manager. That's what I said when he went to Chelsea. He's just an okay coach. But one thing with Graham Potter, He can coach his team to do build-up play. He's proven that.
Yeah, you know, he has proven that. Well, the
With
goal,
any
the
group
goal
of
was
players
30.
you give him, his teams will, because he can coach and elevate people based on principles. What I don't understand, and I hope Marcel, after this manager, learned, if a manager needs specific things in every position, or over there, all that. If a manager needs all of that, he's not the coach you think he is. He's just not the coach you think he is. And the margin for error for a manager like that is so much lower. It is so much lower. When a coach cannot coach his way through turbulence, what if next window, Marcel, he don't get the right players? He's shown you he can't coach through turbulence, bro.